What is up, boys? I'm back with another video. This video is going to be a little different because I'm going to be answering some of your questions in terms of trading, which you have asked in the Telegram channel, okay? And we basically will cover these topics right here: round numbers, how to draw levels, basic SNR levels, perfect SNR trade, trend line, and how to draw the trend line, and gaps on levels. Okay, these are the questions you asked, and I will answer them today. Okay, if I look to the Telegram community tab, you will see that Amy G asked some questions, and I really like this guy because I've been seeing this person kind of really searching for somewhere to learn something, because he's really kind of working hard to just be good at trading. Okay, there's other people like Copper T, or I hope I'm pronouncing the names right, Honkada. These people are always active, and I'm pretty sure that they're gonna be perfect traders in the future. Okay, so let's start. I gathered all the questions asked in these in this group, and I will answer them all. Okay, so the first thing, wrong number. Amy, it's not a wrong number, it's a round number. Okay, let's just go to, okay, look at this. You will see some numbers highlighted by broker itself that they end up to zeros. Okay, they end up to zeros. They might have, you see that these have 2 zeros, 3 zeros, 2 zeros, 2 zeros, 2 zeros. Because they are rounded, we call them round number. Okay, so it's not a wrong number, it's round number. And these round numbers are in the levels category. So if we have like for example, we have 15 type of levels. Okay, this round number is one of them, considering as a level. So we consider this as a level, but we're gonna have a little some exceptions. I will talk about them, don't worry about that. Okay, so the round numbers are basically these levels ending up to zeros, and the more zeros they have, the stronger they get. Okay, you might even have 4 or 5 zeros. Those are very strong round numbers. Okay, so that's it about the round numbers. We will talk about them again because we need them in SNR trading. Okay, so don't worry, I will cover everything today. I hope this video probably is going to be too long. Okay, so yeah, let's go back to this. Okay, so the first thing I want to really talk about is drawing the sellers and buyers entry. Okay, so levels are different thing, sellers and buyers entry are different things. So both matters for us. Okay, for example, let me just give you an example real quick. For example, this is a seller's entry. Okay, sellers entered here. This is a seller's entry. This is a buyer's entry. Even though this is not a proper SNR level, but this is a buyer's entry, we should know how to draw that. This is a weak buyer's entry, okay? Because it's not really a good momentum. It's a kind of sellers also is still in the market. So when we have, oh my God, when we have strong buyer's entry, for example, 3 consecutive green candles, this is going to be buyer's entry. Here, buyer's entry, buyer's entry. And these buyers and sellers entry create levels for us, okay? Still, we have a lot to do with these buyers and sellers entry. We have to combine everything. Okay, just listen carefully, guys. So these are buyers and sellers entry, and the thing is how to draw the proper entry of buyers and sellers. Okay, we have 4 examples here. Let's say we have a seller's entry here, but we don't see any shadow here. How to draw this level based on these buyers and sellers entry? Okay, when we have no shadows, we're gonna have a straight line. Oh my God, what is this? Let's see. We're gonna have a straight line. Okay, this is gonna be your next entry of sellers or buyers. Okay, when we have like one shadow, we're gonna have one line from the candle's body next line from the shadow. Okay, so this is going to be a zone for us. Okay, when we have two shadows, one big, one small, still we're going to draw one line from the body candle. One of them is going to be their common point. Okay, common point of these two shadows is here. We have to cover both of the shadows. Okay, when we have two shadows but they're the same size, obviously we draw levels like this. You can screenshot whatever you want. I will go further about this. Okay, so this is how you draw the buyers and sellers entry. This is same for buyers. This is basically, if you reverse it, it's going to be buyers. Okay, it's no difference. So this is the first thing you should know about, how to draw the levels. I will also show on the chart. Let's go to the chart. Okay, let's say this is the chart. Okay, I have a lot of examples. Okay, this is not only this chart. And I want to draw, okay, for example here, this is going to be your level. Okay, and there's a gap, okay, this is going to be your next buyers and sellers entry. And about this one, this is going to be your next buyers and sellers entry. Okay, this is going to be here. If you zoom in here, you see that we have two shadows. One is so big, one is very small, so we get common point, and then one of them on the body of the candle. Okay, this is how I draw the levels, because there's so many people that teaching different things. This is how it works for me. Okay, so I'm just, you know, talking about this. Some people just draw from the shadows, some people just draw one single line. Okay, I don't care. I teach how I, you know, how I take my trades, and yeah, how it works for me. Okay, it's because I found this the most reliable thing to draw levels. Okay, this is how you draw the buyers and sellers entry. Okay, so okay, let's go a bit further. Okay, we already talked about the left side here. Okay, we already talked about this side, and now it's time to talk about what if we have three shadows coming to this area. Okay, this is a seller's entry, seller's entry, seller's entry, and now we want to draw the line. Okay, so here we don't see any shadows here, but we have a long shadow coming from this third candle. So we draw the first line from the candle's body, the next. Okay, so this area is going to be your next reliable entry for sellers. Okay, about this one, still one from the candle's body, one from here. Okay, the area is going to be here. Okay, we have to kind of cover the most shadows we can. Okay, here we draw the line. We have two same size shadows still. Okay, this is gonna be your next zone, and the price will come here, and then okay, we will talk about how to take your trades on the S&L levels, so don't worry about this. Okay, so this is the next thing you should know about, you know, drawing the lines, drawing the levels from buyers and sellers entry. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, the reason why I told you about buyers and sellers entry is that you have to know when to not take a trade. Okay, let me give you an example. So let's say you know how to draw buyers and levels entry. Okay, and here we have buyers entry. Okay, no, here also we have buyers entry. We have buyers entry, buyers entry, buyers entry. Okay, these are buyers entry, and these are just one touch. Okay, I haven't really talked about how to draw SNR levels yet. I'm just talking about the buyers entry. Okay, buyers and sellers entry, like for example here. Okay, you see these entries, and the reason why you have to know what the buyers or sellers entry is, when to not take a trade. Okay, some people here, okay, they just go with the buyers. okay, for the next candle, and they lose the trade, and they say like, okay, we have a momentum here. Dr. Grant said that we have two big candles, so the next one is also going to be green, so let's go with the momentum. Always go with the momentum, never go against the trend. But there's a seller's entry, okay? You have learned about seller's entry, and this candle closed on the seller's entry, so this trade is 50%, okay, win rate. And you just take the, it's either selling it or buying it is 50-50, okay? That's why I say that I don't trade based on just sellers and buyers entry. That's why I always say that you have to combine reasons, okay? Because we wanna, this is the game of probability, okay? Binary option, Forex, stocks, whatever, it's game of the probability. It's not gambling, don't get me wrong, but this is the game of probability, and we do everything to increase this probability, okay? For binary option, we need 70% win rate, okay? Even with 60%, we can be a little bit profit, but 70% is perfect for making money, okay? And yeah, we don't go with the buyers here because this is seller's entry. What about this? We have buyer's entry from here, right? So here, we don't go with the sellers, okay? You might see that, okay, we have we are starting momentum. Dr. Grant said that, okay, we are starting a momentum. Let's go for 2 minutes. You have seen some of my videos that I go with the momentum for 2 minutes. But here we have buyer's entry, okay? I don't know what the trend is, but if that's even uptrend, back of the chart, this is even worse, okay, to go with the sellers here. So you have to know what the buyers and sellers entries are, okay? And there's also another, okay, we have strong momentum. The trend has got weaker and weaker, and now it's making lower low. Dr. Grant said that, okay, we have 3 strong candles. Let's go with the sellers for 2 minutes. But okay, I didn't really teach the trend line and for now, but this is very strong area, okay? You don't have to go with the sellers here because you're gonna lose the trade, okay? Just like here. Okay, so this is about the example of buyers and sellers entry. And also, let me just give you one more example. Okay, you might say that, okay, we have seller's entry here, but still the buyers has, break this area. So why sellers didn't enter? Okay, I told you that going with the buyers and sellers is 50-50. And also we have a little bit of gap here. So the gaps are always, trying to get filled, okay? If this candle was closed right here, we would have this red candle right here, okay? So there's a gap, and this is a very strong momentum. It broke this area, but it's still, we don't take this trade, okay? This is seller's entry, okay? So yeah, okay, let's let's have some more examples about buyers and sellers entry for you just to get very good at this, okay? I'll start from number 1. Okay, so let's mark the buyers and sellers entry. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, these are all, you see the 3 shadows. Okay, this is the seller's entry. Okay, you see one of them has in any shadow. Seller's entry, buyer's entry, buyer's entry. Okay, you can practice like this, okay? Seller's entry, and always try to, choose the ones with, starting very strong momentums, okay, as buyers and sellers entry. Okay, it's not really visible here. Okay, you see one from body candle, one from the common shadow, okay? You see this round number with 3 zeros? That's why we have a strong drop from this area, okay? I will talk about the round numbers, when I'm trying to explain the S and R levels, okay? Don't worry about that. Okay. And here we see that 3 shadows. Don't get confused. I already talked about this. One from the body candle, one from the most common area between shadows, okay? So let's move on to the next chart. Okay. One from body candle. One from common shadows. This is also combined with this round number, okay? One from the body candle, one from common shadows. Okay, when you have these kind of shadows on a level, a lot of shadows, this level basically is a weak level, okay? So you can still draw the line, draw the level, you know, the most common line which covers pretty much all the shadows, and one of them from the candle's body, okay? Here, again, we have three, one of the candle's body, one of the common shadow. Okay, these are your buyers and sellers entry, okay? Okay, about gaps here. Whenever you have a gap on a buyer's or seller's entry, remember, like, listen. Whenever you have gaps on buyers and sellers entry, this gap is a little bit of imbalance, okay? Imbalance and volume, in terms of volume here, okay? I'm not really talking about volume, but when you have gaps, don't consider this as a buyer's entry because this is very weak. This is very weak and it can be broken very easily, okay? So these are the buyers and sellers entry. Let's move on to the next chart, okay? I think that's clear enough now, okay? We have to move on to the next part, and yeah. So the next thing to cover is how to draw the basic SNR levels, okay? So first thing I have to talk about is that in order to drawing SNR levels, we need, let me just clear this. We need at least 2 parts, okay? 2 points, basically. We need 2 points. Let's say this is your level, okay? This is your level, and price has been come here. Sellers has entered one time. Okay, this is basically just the seller's entry for now, okay? The next time, again, they come here, again, sellers entered. Okay, so it became a SNR level. This is the most basic SNR level you can draw, okay? And the third time is coming here. The third time price is coming here, and these buyers and sellers in the market, these are buyers and these are sellers, okay? They both have been seeing these movements of this price, okay? We are talking about their psychology, okay? When you see that, okay, this point of the market has reversed the candles for a couple of minutes 2 times. So what about the third time? Okay, they both come here, and at this point, sellers are more than buyers, okay? Sellers are more than buyers because we see that the 2 time sellers have entered, and this point, they are like, okay, we will enter one more time. What about that? And these people, the sellers, also see that the previous 2 time they have win the fight of, you know, entering to the market. They know that they're gonna lose again, okay? So they're like, okay, you can enter as a third time. So the price comes here and closes on the level, okay, as a green candle. This is a green candle, okay? This is a green candle. And again, like I said, the sellers come into the market. So this is the trade that we can take. But there's some conditions, okay? There's some conditions. So for now, you understood that for, you know, drawing a SNR level, we need 2 points, okay? We need 2 points to draw the level, okay? If you have just 1 point, okay, this is just a seller's entry. This is also true about the buyers, okay? Don't just, you know, God. This is also true about buyers. This is just buyer's entry, okay? When the second time also comes up from this area, that we see that, okay, we can draw a level here. This is the level, and the third time we can trade that, okay? So this is how you kind of know that how to draw the levels, okay? And also I've talked about how to basically draw the buyers and sellers entry. This is the same, okay? So let's go into this. How to draw the line. Okay, let's say this is buyers coming to this area, and then sellers came back. Again, buyers push the price to this point. Again, sellers back. Okay, so these are the 2 points that I was talking about. 1, 2. And how do we kind of draw the level? Because we are talking about the third time. We're going to take our trade on the third time. Is that right? It is right, okay? So when we're trying to draw the level, listen carefully, guys. It's still, we're going to draw a line from the body candles, okay? And one common area. There is no shadow, so we have 2 shadows here. So this is going to be your level as a next seller's entry. So when we have green candles coming up and close on this level, we go with the sellers for the next candle, okay? We go with these sellers for the next candle, okay? This is how, and I will show how to draw the levels when we have different kind of shadows, okay? For the second one, we have 1 shadow here still. We draw the line, 1 shadow here, 2 shadows here. Okay, how do we choose the perfect line here to consist? We need to, you know, make this second line consist of the most shadows it can. Okay, so this is going to be your zone. We covered all 3 shadows, remember, okay? We cover all 3 shadows and bodies. So we have 1 line from the body. Okay, how to cover all the shadows? Okay, like this. This is how you draw your zones. Here, we need 2 very long shadows. We don't care about them. We just need cover all the shadows. Okay, that's it. That's how you draw your levels. And the next time, if price comes here, you can trade. Price comes here, you can trade. And I will tell you how to take perfect trade with this SNR lines. Let me just draw this as well. So you might need to take a screenshot. Okay. You can take a screenshot. And yeah. Guys, please like the video and hit the subscribe button. And this is getting too long, bro. Okay. Thanks from Amy and thanks to Amy G, Cooper T, and Honkada to asking these questions, because I'm pretty sure so many of you have the same questions. Okay, so you can you can take your screenshot and practice this in the demo account, please. Don't go straight into the real account. Okay. And about the next part, if this video reaches 400 likes, I will create the next part, and you know, I will teach some other stuff that is very important. Okay, so I know the 400 is impossible, so I say that. Okay, so yeah, if this video reaches 400 likes, I will record the next part. Okay, so yeah, did you take your screenshot? Okay, let's go to the next part. What about showing these on the chart? Okay, let's go to the chart and give you one example. Okay, let's see. Okay, for example, look at this. In the chart, you're not gonna find those levels and those SNR levels perfect. It's not perfect, okay? When we teach the trend line, we're gonna be fine. But for now, trading just with the SNR, you're not gonna find the perfect levels, but you can still, you know, take your trades. Okay. This is one example of a horizontal SNR line. You see that this is basically third time candle closing on the level. Okay. Candle closing on the level. You can take this trade. You can take also this trade as well. And you can take 2 trades here. Okay. Easily. Okay, one thing that I just remembered to add to the topics that should covered is that this hanging man or red hammer or whatever you call it, and these kind of hammers, I think Amy has asked this question. Okay, this is hammer, this is inverted hammer. We also have the red versions of these. It's not really different. And also we have spinning candle. Okay, these are, when you find these candles in the middle of the trend, for example, here, this one, I don't know if there's a level or something. Okay, when you find them in the middle of the trend, for example, here we have the spinning candle, and it's middle of the trend, it's continuation. When we have closing on a level, which is basically end of the trend, that's gonna play a reversal role here. So we have this hanging man here. I don't know what you call them. I call them all hammers. These are all hammers, and this is a spinning candle. Okay, I don't care about the names. So we have this closing on this strong SNR level. So this is a reversal sign. Okay, so we have closing on the level, reversal candle, ranging market, and yeah, these are perfect confirmations to go with sellers. That's why I say that you have to know all the concepts to be able to combine the reasons. Okay, there's tons of concepts that you have to know to be able to take 90% win rate trades. Okay, so this is the example about drawing SNR lines, SNR horizontal lines. Let me give you one more example. Look at this. One line from the body, one line from the candle shadow. Okay, we have a little bit of, I like I said, this is not a perfect, you're not going to find, perfect levels in the market because, these are buyers and sellers, they're not really perfect. But here you see this is a level, okay? And the buyers entered again. So, okay, I have to really talk about the trend line. Okay, this trend line. Okay, this is about the SNR levels. And yeah, let's move on to the next parts. Okay, now it's time to talk about trend line and how basically trend line works. Trend line and how to draw it properly and how to trade with it. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about this. So let me just kind of draw everything, and then I will start explaining how to basically work with this concept. Okay, so yeah. Okay, in order to draw the perfect trend line, we need 2 points, okay? So this is the first point, this is the second point. This is the first point, this is the second point, okay? So we can draw the trend line. Let's draw it. Okay, this is proper trend line for buy, and this is for sell, okay? So the next time price comes down, let's see, price comes down, we can count on this trend line. And if at the sell price comes up, we can count on the trend line, and we go with the buyers here, and we go with the sellers here. Okay, this is how we basically draw the trend line. And also I have to mention that we draw these lines from the candles body, okay? We don't draw this from the candles wicks. So let's go to the chart. Let's say this is the chart, okay? And you want to draw the trend line. So if okay, you draw your trend lines from for sell, you draw them from the seller's entry, okay? This is the first point, this is the second point. We will take our trade on the third point, okay? Candle's body, this is the first point, this is the second point. Let me just get rid of this. This is the third point, and we will take our trades on the third point, okay? This is based on the trend line. Let me just stay here. This one, you see, first point, second point, third point, we take our trade based on the third touch of the trend line, okay? And also, we have strong and weak trend lines. These examples are perfect examples of the trend line. The clearer, the more clear your trend line is, the stronger it gets, okay? You see how clear buyers, sellers, buyers, sellers, buyers, sellers. Sellers touch the trend line against sellers. This is very clear. So that's why I show you this example as a first example of the trend line. Okay, this is how you draw your trend lines from the candle body. Okay, and then I will, the next part is talking about how to take perfect trades in the combination, combining the trend line and the SNRs that you just learned. Okay, for example, here, let me just give you an example. You see this round number? So we basically use all the concepts we know, okay, to take the perfect trades and increase the win rate, okay? So we have the trend line here. We have this round number with 4 zeros, okay? 4 zeros is the most strong round number. If we draw a line, this is the round number, okay? And this area basically is intersecting this round number and this trend line, which is very strong. So this is a full margin trade. You can make this full of your capital and take this trade. I'm just kidding. Don't take full margin trade. This is so risky. Okay. But this is one of those 100% trades. Okay. This is an example of how we take the trades. Combining reason. This is my style of trading. Okay. We don't rely on just one concept. Okay. So yeah, this is about the trend line and how to draw them. I will give you more examples at the next part, which is trading based on the combination of the SNRs and the trend line. Okay, so let's go and talk about the price channels. Price channels are basically the same as the trend lines, but we can also draw the upper line of them. Okay, let's say this is the trend. Oh my god, what is this? This is the trend line. Okay, and this is a trend line for sell, but we can also draw a upper line for just detecting where the seller is going to enter. Okay, I'll make this red. Okay, it's not really. Okay, let's see if I can. Okay, let's say this is the. I want it to be perfect for you to understand better. Okay, and this is the buyer's entry here. Okay, it creates a price channel for us, and basically price moves in this channel. You've seen in the videos, there's a lot of examples. Okay, yeah, in this trend line, this is basically uptrend. We take our trades on the third touch, but we can also detect the seller's entry. Okay, we can also trade on the seller's entry. This is the magic of price action that I talked about. This price action very important because we can also trade based on the 5-minute strategy. I create some videos that you can watch, and this up here, I will place them right here. One of these going to appear, and then you can click and watch them. Okay, this is about the price channel. This is pretty much the same as the trend line. That's basically the same. Yeah, we can detect also the seller's entry and buyer's entry as well. Okay, let me just oh my god, Okay, and this is about the price channels. I hope you understand it. Okay, I had a break, and yeah, now I'm back, and let's go to the next part, which is perfect SNR trading. Okay, so in order to having, highest win rate, we have to combine levels and the concepts we know. Okay, so let's go to the chart. For example, here you see that we have this trend line. You can see that I draw from the seller's entry. Okay, and you see that the candle comes and closes on this trend line. Okay, so you don't have to take this trade immediately. You have to check the reasons. Okay, let's see. We have a seller's entry here. Okay, so we have two reasons here to go with sellers. We have this horizontal seller's entry, we have the trend line, and the trend line is strong. Okay, we also have weak trend lines. This is a strong trend line. Okay, so I explained how to detect strong trend lines. If you remember, we have a strong seller's entry, strong against seller's entry. Okay, now we should again have a reaction of sellers. Okay, yeah, that's how we detect the strength of the trend line. So we have a strong trend line combined with this horizontal level, which is again a strong seller's entry. Okay, so we have two reasons, and if we consider the trend and the patterns and all that stuff, this is more than 5 reasons. So this is one of those patterns that I never talked about, and this is also outside bar, and it needs retracement. So when I see this pattern, okay, I see that, okay, we need a retracement. We have the trend line, we have this strong seller's entry, we have the trend. Okay, so based on these confirmations, I take this trade. Okay, and I'm very sure about this trade. Okay, that's it. And okay, here you see that we have this trend line. Is that right? The first touch, this is the second touch, and this is the third touch. Okay, let's see if there's other reasons to go with the buyers. Okay, we have buyer's entry here, and now we are very sure about this trade. Okay, there's also a couple of gaps. I will talk about gaps later. Okay, so this is basically 2 confirmations, and if we look at the back, and this is also uptrend, so we have the trend as well. Okay, this is 3 confirmations to go with buyers, and also this is a red hammer here. This is closed on this level, so this is a reversing candle, and we can expect buyer's entry and go for this trade. Okay, this is another example of trading with confidence. If you look here, okay, this is a strong seller's entry, but this time this is not a strong seller's entry. Okay, because we had a little bit of buyers came, again sellers came, again buyers. And if we have one of these movements in the level and it's not dropping strongly, it seems that this level is not strong. Okay, so if we draw the level from the common line, you see that there was a gap and it didn't close on the level. Okay, and it broke the level. It broke the level, so we need a retracement. Is that right? This is the same pattern, just like here. Okay, you see that? This is the same pattern, so we need a retracement. Is that right? So we draw this seller's entry. It's exactly closing on the seller's entry. So we have a pattern which needs retracement. We broke this level. Breaking levels sometimes give us retracement. That's a whole nother story. I can't really cover that in this video, okay? About breakout trading. I'm sorry about that, because it's, it's very hard to just cover everything, mix up everything. I already, I didn't fully cover all the stories because I can't really cover them all in one video. These topics you asked about, each of them has at least 1 hour of video. Okay, if I want to create a video about them, like for example, you asked different questions about different I don't know, SNR levels, trend lines, seller's entry, buyer's entry, different candles in reversals, continuations. Okay, there are each of them at least 1 hour of video. Okay, so I can't really mix them up in one video, so I can't really cover breakout trading here. But you see that we need a retracement, close on the seller's entry, so we can go with the sellers here. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next chart. Okay, here we have this trend line, and this candle closed right on the trend line. We can go with the buyers here if we have other reasons. Okay, for me personally, I wouldn't take this trade. You know why? Because we have this round number here. You see that little bit of, round number here. We got rejected. We have a spinning candle on the level, so we might drop. Okay, that's why we have a weak buyer's candle. Even if you took this trade, that would be probably winning trade if you enter with a little bit of margin safety, or even if you take immediately, that would be a winning trade. Okay, so this is another example of trend lines. And for example, this is another example. Okay, yeah, you see that this candle closed on this trend line, and this is the only reason. Okay, we have this round number as well. So we basically have a breakout of round number. Like I said, I'm not covering breakouts here. Okay, let's see if we can find another level to combine with this and take the trade. Okay, you see that we have this level, horizontal level, we have this trend line. Okay, is that right? And we also have a weak candle, reversal candle. Okay, this is a mutual green candle. And like I said, this is a spinning candle closing on a level, it's reversal. So we have reversal candle, we can take this trade easily, okay? And also, I know that so many of you are looking at here and say that, okay, we have this round number here, we have price action levels, this is a strong levels, we have momentum every time, but it didn't work. I know it didn't work, but I'm keeping this example for the gaps explanation, because there is a gap, and I will explain this, why this doesn't work and why you should avoid these kind of trades. Okay, I will explain this on the gaps section. Okay, so let's see. This is another trend line, but we have a little bit of gap here. This is basically not safe to take this trade, even though because the intersection is somewhere here, and also there's a gap. Maybe you can combine this with this seller's entry, but since I didn't really teach the rejections and the supply and demand, I can't really say to you that you can take this trade, even though this is one of those patterns that it needs retracement, like I explained it at the previous video. Previous example, I'm sorry. Previous example, this is a 3-bar up pattern and it needs a retracement. This trade also is takeable, let's say, but because I didn't really teach supply and demand, I will avoid this, okay? So let's move on. Okay. Here, you see that we have a perfect level here, and with these rejections, okay? So we can really take this trade, and also, no, not this one, I'm sorry. Take this trade and also this trade, okay? Because we have, again, a pattern that needs retracement. This is the retracement. This is a red hammer, pretty much closing on this level, so it's going to reverse the next candle. We can take this trade easily. And also, we combine this with this round number, okay? This makes it even stronger, okay? So let's see if there's any other, okay, here, not. You see that it broke this and it didn't close on the trend line, so we're not going to take this, okay? What about this? No, it didn't close on the trend line. What about this? Yeah, this is perfect, man. Not gonna lie. This is perfect. This is an engulfing pattern, needs retracement. So retracement requirement and trend line, closing on the trend line. And also we have this doji here, which plays a significant role here to have a retracement right here. So this is one of those examples that it works very good. Okay. And also we have this gap example. I will hold these for gaps explanation, okay? So yeah, let's just move on. We also have a level here. If you look closer, there's a level here you can trust. this one as well. Okay, again, we have a pattern here, needs retracement, seller's entry. Okay, you already know everything. Okay, let's go. Okay, easy. Here, let's see, we have this trend line. We see that it's closed on the trend line. Look closer, it closed on the trend line. Okay, let's see if we have anything to combine. Okay, we have buyer's entry to combine, we have previous resistance to combine. Okay, and we have everything to combine to go with buyers here. Okay, there's also psychological sequences that I didn't really talk about, so I'm just gonna ignore that. Okay, guys, listen, there's tons of concepts that if you learn even more about concepts, you have more things to combine. Okay, so the combination of these reasons gonna make you taking a high win rate trades. Okay, for example, here we have two sellers entry, but it broke this area and it's still gap to this round number, so it's going to push the price to up and fill the gap. Okay, also here we have a horizontal level, but this is not a second target. This is basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th touch, so it's basically a weak level, but since this is combined with this round number, okay, it's going to give us a retracement. Okay, basically I would probably take this trade. Okay, let's move on to the next. Okay, let's see if there's any. Okay, no. Okay, you have to just work on, you have to install one of these apps and just practice. Okay, this is a Epic Pen, I guess. Epic Pen, you can download it and just go and test everything out yourself in a demo account. Okay, so yeah, you see that we have this trend line, we have this level. Okay, and this candle closed on the level. It has nothing to do with the trend line. Okay, but it closed on the level, and this is a pattern that needs retracement. Okay, so yeah, let's see, we have, okay, this is another example. Oh my god, look at this. This is 4 zeros round number. If we draw the line, you see that this is a very good intersection to take your trade based on the SNR combination strategy. Okay, this is perfect trade you can take. Okay, you know what, guys, when I was kind of taking this option trading serious, there was a period of time in my life that I used to sit behind my laptop and look for perfect positions. Okay, like for example, I would sit for 1.5 hours when the London market opened, because it's the most volatile market to open. And yeah, I would sit, just look for the best possible positions, and that way I made a lot of money. But for now, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time because I go to the college. I have some students, not binary option students. Okay, yeah, I have to really work on them. And yeah, that's why I can't really wait for the perfect position. And I take basically, if you checked my live trades, I do I also have a couple of losing trades as well, because I can't really sit for a long time and searching for perfect positions. I basically see high probability positions and I take them. Okay, so but if you have time, you can sit around and just look for the best possible positions and increase your margin, increase your money. Okay, and let's see. Okay, we have a beautiful example of gaps here. You see this gap here. I will talk about these later. Let's see, we have buyer's entry here. Okay, no, it broke. You see that we have buyer's entry here as well. Okay, this is basically a price channel. Okay, but because we have this strong round number here, we did get a retracement. Okay, if we didn't have any round number and this was in the strong level, that would be keep dropping. Okay, and let's go to the next example. Okay, you see that it closed on this trend line combined with this round number. You can take this trade easily. Okay, Another example. Okay, closed on this trend line. Oh my god. Closed on this trend line. We have this pattern here. It needs retracement. This is a engulfing pattern. And yeah, we can take this trade easily. We can also take this trade based on the engulfing strategy. Okay, so I'm just going to talk about the trend line today. I'm not really talking about the other opportunities. Okay, so yeah, look at this. We can detect this seller's entry as well. You see? Okay, let's move on. Okay, here. I will draw all the trend lines and then, okay, this trend line, this big trend line, you see that the first time it has rejected. Okay, so this trend line has consumed. Okay, the fourth time, this is the fourth time it's been touching, so it gets what? High risk. High risk. So we only take our trades on third touch, remember, but still it gave us retracement. And about this one, okay. About this one, let's see. Okay, this is the first losing trade that you're gonna have. Okay, this is basically a losing trade because you have this trend line, and this candle closed on this trend line, and if you combine this, you're gonna lose this trade, but no problem losing a trade. Okay, let's see. Okay, here you see that we have this trend line. It's not really closed on this trend line, so never mind. This is not closing on the trend line. Okay, here you see that this candle closed on the trend line, so we can take this trade. This is also a pattern. Okay, so it's going to give us a retracement and we can take this trade easily. Okay, that's it about the examples of combination of trades based on the trend line and horizontal SNR line. Okay, and finally we're going to talk about gaps on levels. Okay, so let me just if you need to screenshot or whatever, you can take, because I'm going to delete all of these. Okay, I'm deleting all of them because I want to draw something about gaps. Okay, okay, so this is the first type of gaps: gap up and gap down to the level. So let's say we have a strong level, okay, strong level, and then the price is coming up, and suddenly we have a gap up, basically jump on the level. Okay, so if there wasn't any gap, the price, for example, starts from right here, that would be a green candle. Okay, because there's a gap, we got this red candle. The reason why is because this is a strong level and this is seller's area. Okay, let me see, this is seller's area, so there's a lot of sellers waiting for candle close on the level so they can enter. Okay, but the candle didn't close on the level. The next candle jump on and opened on the level. So this is basically there's no difference with closing on this level. Okay, if this candle was closed on the level, the sellers would enter. The next candle opened on the level, again the seller's gonna enter. Okay, so this is one of those gaps that some people think that because there's a space, the next candle should be, green. That's true, but if there's a gap, that's gonna be opposite. Okay, that's why I say that always when this candle closes, wait for 2 seconds just to see that the next candle, where it's going to get opened. Okay, so this is the first example, and this is the buying example. So in the first type of gap, let me just clean this setters. Yeah, the first type of gaps, we go in the direction of that strong level. So let me just write this down. So let me just make this blue. First type of gap, we go with the direction of the level. Okay, is that clear? Okay. Then we have this second type of gap, okay, which I will draw it right here, okay? Okay guys, this is the second type of gap on the level, okay? And I will write about them right here. Okay, in second type of gap, on the level, okay, we go on the direction of the trend, okay? We go with the direction of the trend, okay? Trend. The reason why is because in the previous type, we jumped up on the strong levels, seller's entry, and then obviously seller should enter. But here we jumped down, okay? So we had this trend, okay? This candle reached the seller's area, then the next candle didn't open on the seller's area to sellers to enter. It opened on the still in the buyer's trend, so buyer's gonna fill the gap, okay? This is normally fine to fill the gap, okay? This is strong level, so sellers are rejecting, and the next candle is gonna be red, okay? Let me just try it for you as well. So here we have a little bit of discussion between buyers and sellers, and most of the time I'm not suggesting taking this sell trade, but most of the time it's just the level, the buyers or sellers on the level finally get entered if this candle closes on the level, okay? Again, I'm saying that this level is strong, okay? So this is about gaps on the levels. So gaps itself, like, it's a broad topic to talk about, okay? If I want to go into detail, into momentums, different kind of gaps, okay? It's going to be it's going to take a lot of time, okay? Because we have so many kind of gaps, and gaps basically because of confliction of momentum and volume. And I don't want to really go into the momentum and volume right now because I don't know how long this video is going to be, so I can't really go deep into the gaps. But this is the only thing you should know about gaps on the level, okay? And yeah, this is about the gaps. Let's go to the chart and show you the examples. Oh, let me just write these description real quick. I'm sorry. Okay, let me just write them down. Okay, so this is the description of this gap as well. So you can take a screenshot, whatever you want. Then I will go to the chart and show you the examples, okay? Okay, let's go to the chart. Okay, in this example, you will see that this is the, if I zoom in, you see this, this candle close here, but we have this round number here. So if I draw this level from this round number, you will see that there's still a gap, and if you look closer, you see that the candle has jumped up and closed from it started from this level, okay? If you look at this is the first type of gap, okay? So this is the first example of the first type of gap, okay? Here, if you look closer here, you have this trend line, okay? Is that right? This is right. Okay, so this is the buyer's entry, okay? And we can take this trade, okay? But we're not going to talk about this trade for now. I'm talking about these gaps, okay? What does it mean when you see these gaps? Okay, you see that the first gap here, this is the second type of gap, okay? This is the trend, and it jumps up, okay? The second type, if you look at it, this is the trend and it jumps up, okay? So it's make a distance between the candle and the level, okay? This candle jumps up right here, closed here, jumped up, okay? So we go with the trend. The trend is coming down, so we take this trade as a sell trade, okay? This one. The next candle as well. You see that this candle closed here. The next one opened from here, and this is the level, okay? This is the level. So just like the second type of gaps, you see that trend is coming down, it jumps up, so we go with the trend, okay? So, and yeah, we could take these two trades, and then we have this trend line closed on the trend line intersection. Let's go, okay? Next example. Okay, for example, let's say this is a level, okay, and this candle has came up. Still there's a gap to this level, so normally we would go with buyers. Is that right? Okay, so we see suddenly it starts with a gap, retests this level, and then reject. Okay, so that's the time we should enter as a sell trade immediately, because we see this gap, it's basically jumped up. It couldn't make it really jump up and open here, because that's a lot of distance, but it made his best. I mean, the candle made his best to kind of make the sellers enter the market. Jumps up here, then picked up the sellers, dropped. Okay, so this is basically the first, this is the first type of gap right here. Okay, let's go to the next. Yeah, this one. Okay, we have this price action level here. We have the round number as well. This is perfect entry for buyers. But here, this candle closed here, a strong long candle, sign of reversal. So we have everything with the buyers for the next candle. Then suddenly this candle opens with a little bit of gap. So you wonder why I lost this trade. Okay, this is the second type of gap. If you look here, this is the second type of gap. Which one? This one, yeah. That this candle closed on the level, but the next candle opened with a gap and make a little bit of space to the level. So this space should be filled. So the next candle comes down, okay? The next one. Okay, here, if you look closer, we have this round number, okay? You see this line? This is a round number. Let's see how many zeros it does have. 2 zeros, okay? Yeah, if we draw this level, this is a round number, and this candle closed on the round number, okay? With a little bit of shadow, okay? And also we have this doji. You all remember this doji break. So we already know that the next candle should be a selling trade, okay? So we see that this candle closed on this round number, so obviously we go with the sellers. We also have a little bit of, jump up here, okay? It's not a lot of jump, so still it makes this even stronger because it's still on this level, okay? This is another example of the gaps. Let's go to the next one. Okay, here, if you look at this, there's a gap here, okay? There's a gap here. Let's say, oh my God. Let's say this is a level, okay? And then this level comes and kind of closes. Let me just draw this level properly. Okay, like I said, one from here, one from here. Okay, so this is your zone. This is your zone, is that right? Okay, it's combined with this round number with 2 zeros, okay? So this is very strong zone. And this candle closed on this zone, so we obviously should go with the buyers for the next candle. But we have a jump up, so we go with the trend. This is second type of gap we discussed here. Okay, this is second type of gap, so we go with the trend here. Okay, the good thing about gaps, sometimes we have these kind of gaps. The next time price comes and close on this gap, we can go again with the previous trend. Okay, this is another thing that I just revealed for you. Okay, I didn't talk about this in this video, but for now I'm telling you this. Let me just see if there was any other. Okay, for example, here also as well, look at this. This was a strong level, there was a gap. Next time price reached this area, then we can go with the previous trend that is this gap has been created. Okay, so this is a bonus point for you guys. Okay, and yeah, let's see. Here we have a strong seller's entry. Okay, this candle closed here. You see that this green candle, let me just zoom in. And then the next candle, this is the seller's entry, opened right on this seller's entry. Okay, this seller's entry comes from that far. Okay, so this is another example of the first type of gap. Okay, so yeah, these are the examples of gaps, and I feel like I covered all the questions you asked about. And yeah, let's just see some examples of the trades that I recently took. Okay, I have four screenshots for you to see. I mean, this trade was in compounding trading session. You can see that we have this seller's entry, okay, and then combined with this round number with 2 zeros, okay, and this is a one of those patterns that I never talked about, and it closed with rejection as the same size of this rejection. Okay, so I didn't really mention in the video, but there's some points that I can't really mention every point because it's gonna be too long. Okay, that's the only reason. Okay, so we also have this trend line. As you can see, we have this trend line, we have this, we have a confluence here, and also we have this round number. Okay, we have the same rejection as the previous time. We have this rejection coming from the previous supply area. Okay, there's a lot of points to talk about. Okay, that's why I took this trade as in my compounding session. Okay, the next trade is this one. You see this red green pattern here, you see this doji break here, you see this trend line here. Okay, trend line here, you see this seller's entry here. Okay, you see this rejection point here, you see this round number here, you see that, you see this round number here. Okay, this is, you see this marginal safety trade. Okay, that's why I took this trade. Okay, I'm not taking my trades blindly. You might see in the videos that I just take I don't know, 7 trades in 8 minutes, and you will probably think that, oh, this guy just throwing out the trades and he doesn't know what the hell is doing. But I have my reasons to take my trades. Okay, I can't really tell all the reasons in the video, but yeah, that's how it works for me. Okay, here as well, we have seller's entry here, strong rejection previously from this area. We have round number with 2 zeros, and we have rejection point. Rejection point is something else, bro. Okay, we have marginal safety, we have red green pattern. Okay, we have a lot of things to go with the sellers here. Okay, you see that? You see this level, how many times it touched? 1, 2, 3. Okay, and these are just some random trades that I recently took. And okay, that's it for today, guys. I hope it was clear for you, and I hope I answered all your questions. Please like the video if you want the next part. Okay, and if this video reaches 400 likes, like I said before, I will create one more part about this. Okay, so I know kind of it's impossible to reach 400, that's why I'm asking for that. Okay, so yeah, and yeah, please practice these points in the demo account. There's a link in the description. There's a free demo account, and also a link for registration in Pocket Option. And there's 50% bonus for your first deposit, so make sure you check it out if you want to do a deposit. Okay, and yeah, thank you for all your support, guys. We just hit the 700 subs, and that's a lot. And yeah, we're growing too fast, man. Sometimes I just go crazy about that. And yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Please join the Telegram channel, and if you have any question you can ask there. And yeah, thank you for all your supports and likes and everything. Peace out.